Broadcast live.
You know, on the tennis interlude, you worked with True Hits.
No, you wanna drink, won't smoke, won't fuck all night. You just my type, yeah. I don't wanna play those games. Don't fuss, don't fight, just smoke it right, yeah. Really wanna take you home. Drinking my styrofoam.
You know, I like True Hits because he's like always like chilling in the background, you know, doing stuff with Stilo. The only time Stilo's always pulling him out, you know. I just asked myself, how does another producer get to work with you? You know, I feel that you feel your work is sacred. You know what I mean? And that's why when I listened to Anxiety, I was like, yo, this guy is thinking about this stuff. You know what I mean? What credibility does a producer need to have for you to go, yo, I'm fucks with this guy, or whatever the case may be?
Just fire, bro. It's all about how great your stuff can be. I've got friends that are not even in the industry that make beats, and I'm not just gonna jump on whatever they make just because they're my friends, you know? So it's just literally, if you can say, I don't mind guys saying, let me send you beats or anything, even though at first it was like a weird thing, you know. But I don't mind guys sending beats, and if it's fire and I do get, you know, inspiration from it, I'll make something.
How did you get the True Hits one to happen though? Or how did that happen?
True Hits, I heard his stuff from a session I was having with Stogie and Kid X one time. And then I knew Cocaine. I had already been speaking to Cocaine, and him and Cocaine are like super close. So I invited them to my crib and they played me stuff.
On Chirab, how do you pronounce it?
Cherub.
Chirab. You say, check the scoreboard, I make hits every time I'm bored, and my shit is Noah's Ark, you not a board. I don't need awards, I know you. I don't need awards, you know. I love the line, FYI, you know.
Walk in and I'm hella faded. I'm going off, I'm super saiyan. I'm overpaid and I'm underrated, nigga, dang. Yeah, I don't talk it, I demonstrated. Niggas pissed off that a nigga made it. Did it all by myself like I masturbated, nigga, damn. Yeah, bang, bang, yeah. I've been working.
And I know you were looking forward to the South African win with the producers for the South African Hip Hop Awards, you know.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel when you don't get recognized in what you feel like that's what I do?
It's frustrating sometimes. It's frustrating, but over time, especially after this one, I had to sit back and ask myself, like, okay, but so you want to be acknowledged for 1, 2, 3, and it's like, okay, so you're not acknowledged, and you're frustrated by that because you think, obviously, there's reasons why I think I should, right? And when you think like that, it's just like, okay, seeing how they go about it and seeing some of the things that these people applaud doesn't mean much for you to get an applause from them, like. So just from how or what they award or who they award, like, I don't really care about that no more.
But man, the props though are crazy though. You know, it's almost like you could be loved by the streets, but institutions might not see it. Like, you know, you gotta also ask yourself, which one do you want sometimes also.
I mean, I've clearly chosen right now, like, the path that we're all on, and I mean like my whole collective. The path that we're all on is like literally for the market where we're stronger at, and no matter how it turns about, like everybody that's in everyone's faces, label artists or whatever, like we doing this thing like out the living room, bro. Like we doing this thing out of the bedroom, you know, like, and we doing numbers where signed people don't get those numbers. So it's just a thing of focusing on what really matters, and obviously trying to strengthen the weaknesses that you have in what we're doing, but like the focus is more on what matters right now.
Gratitude for what you have, actually. I was listening to All I Need and I wondered what beats you'd never jump on, you know, like tempo, sound, the loops, like you stay away from me, like, nah, I ain't fucking with that.
What type?
Yeah, beats you'd never fuck with. You're like,
I wouldn't jump on no Amapiano song. Nope.
Yeah.
Like, I might get some, you know, red flags because of that, but I would never. And anything apart from that, I could always twist and make it mine. Yeah, but like, that's just how, let's say, a certain sound is branded, or what it promotes, or what it's about, or the things you have to say within that sound. There's certain sounds I wouldn't go for.
Yeah.
But like anything, like I'm not really genre specific because I could twist anything and turn it into how I want to make it. I've jumped on house sounding things before. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter as long as I can.
When a lot of people say that you encourage them to push forward, and you know, you gotta know that's genuine because you don't go out there doing interviews or you're not out there in the public. It's people listening to what you say. You know, I'm on the albums. You know, and your album really touched on a very topical conversation, which is anxiety and depression. Like your timing was good. Did you think of my theme for the album, or did it just happen organically that like it just came like that? You know, because how do you talk about? You literally made the conversation about anxiety and depression cool, if I might say. You know, I don't know if you thought about that.
It wasn't really going for any awareness or chorus number. It was really the mood of what was happening, like the entire time while I was recording the project. Like how I felt and the whole process of like song after song on different days and the type of concepts I think of, you know. That whole thing was done during like a hectic anxiety run, and it was just when I had all the music and I just didn't have an arrangement of how I'm gonna have the songs. I already had the name because I was just like, that's literally all I was feeling and going through while making these songs. So why not put that umbrella? If anything else, it would have made a completely wrong label to the work if I had named it anything else.
Yeah. Sure. It was just like the timing was just like perfect, you know, and the cover is just a cover. Who did the artwork?
A genius guy that I bumped into. He's done stuff for Shane too. I think he did the yellow.
Yeah.
That whole rollout. I think that was him. He's great, bro. His name is Masono Abentloko.
True. The cover's fire.
Yeah, like he's
It's
fire.
the cover. I think it's one of the best covers last year.
And he shot it with his cell phone. Like he just came through to the crib and he's like, "Yo, let's do it." I was like, "With what?" You don't even have equipment. You're just like, "Let's go stand outside in the garden." Boom, boom, boom. And I saw the pictures he took. I was like, "What is this dude talking about?" And he sent me the draft.
You're like, this guy just wasted my time.
Like, damn. So yeah, he's fire. I think he's gonna be doing a lot more for me. Like I actually even want covers from him only. You know? Yeah, he's great.
The question that I also saw on Twitter is that like, alright, now you got this done. Are we gonna see you in 2024 now? You going to hibernation again? What's that?
I haven't really hid, even when I hadn't dropped solo.
Yeah.
Nah, solo now. I'm just after this album I got really rejuvenated because it's sounding like the music I've always wanted to make.
Yeah.
So I don't want to let the momentum go. So I'm still recording as if I was working on an album, and I still have Illuminated to work on because I'm still gonna drop an album called that, and that's the name I dropped like 2 years ago already. But I just couldn't name this one Illuminated because I took a completely different direction from where I was trying to go with that one.
I mean, there's nothing better than the energy you want to take out being embraced in the market, right? You know, and I think the mainstream acceptance of it like now has been phenomenal, and like for you to wait for another 3 years would be...
Nah, not like, now I just wanna, cause it's gotten to a point where I'm like, don't these people believe like I could do this every 6 months? Like, I could drop an album like that and better every time I do it every 6 months. Like with that album, it was literally a thing of me saying it's gonna take too long for me to finish Illuminated because that's like the big bang, you know. It's gonna take a bit too long, and I really need to drop something solo, and I hadn't dropped for like 2 years. So I was just like, okay, let me work on this, and that's literally about 4 or 5 months.
You know, some people might shoot me for this, but I was like, in our days, there was what they call conscious rap, you know. And when I listen to Anxiety, it's conscious rap of the conscious. It's the conscious of what's happening today for young people, you know. And for me to hear albums like yours, like Shane's, like Nasty's, guys that are rapping, and actually also telling a story where they give you emotion. It's not just a track that's a jump, and people are literally really playing your guys' shit. It's encouraging, So I just wanna say, keep doing what you're doing.
Love you.
But most importantly, I'm glad that you got. I mean, you've always been talking about diamonds or whatever. But like you really have a focus, and you're a team player with the most of the guys that you work with, and whether you know it or not, your features tell me how much respect you got in the game. So I don't think you gotta worry about these awards like you're saying, because there are people who getting these awards who will not get the type of pull that you have. So you rather stay that underdog power that literally can move the game silently, and that's what you've been doing. You've been moving the game silently. So you deserve to win, man, and I'm glad your album got received so well. And don't stop the momentum. And if you're consistently anxious and you make this great music, then don't stop being anxious.
I just have to stop messing with these girls. I'm sure if I decided not to, date for a certain while, I probably wouldn't be able to make
some of these
certain songs.
Yeah.
It's just I've got a routine to how I live my life, so that's why I literally said I could go on for 10 years every 6 months.
What is the routine? What's your routine?
My routine is wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, sit on my desk, catch up with what we recorded yesterday or whatever was made yesterday, over probably a cup of tea, and then hit the shower, get ready for whoever's coming, or if I'm going to be recording at home, or if I'm going to be recording demos at home. Yeah, I shower to record at home.
You take a bath for the studio in your crib.
Yeah, and then after 10,
This is 10 a.m.
No, PM. After 10, it's just chilling out and still trying to do more. But if we're chilling and watching movies, I'm always watching stuff. That's the thing. That's why I say I've got a routine. It's watching stuff, making stuff, watching stuff, making stuff. Then I gotta go see Slikour quick, and then go back, watch stuff, make stuff, watch stuff.
Listen, B, the only way you're gonna be bigger than what you are is routine. I keep telling people that you wanna be a success, be consistent. Wake up and do the same thing every day, and make sure you're doing what you love.
I learned that early, luckily.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a certain period where, you get stuck in making the same thing when you get too stuck into a routine. So I think the whole of 2014, I made literally almost the same beat every day because I was just stuck in. And I realized that you literally just need to do different things in routine, but like once you do something for a certain amount of time, even if you chill after a certain amount of time, there's literally always gotta be reward. There's nothing you can like put your time into and put hours into, and you get nothing back from it. Some things you can't touch because you just became better at it because you do it so much, but there's literally, you can't not get anything back. So that's what I've always applied. So especially when it comes to an industry where we gotta make moves and we gotta be further than we were last year, So if you just work, and I've seen it too, like the moment sometimes where I've chilled a little bit, in the next couple of months it's like, okay, it's kind of shaky right now. And then like if you put in work for like 6 months, after that 6 months it's like, where are all these things coming from? Songs are dropping left, right, and center of different people. So there's no way you can't get anything if you just put in time. Always.
Yo, and going back there this for me talks to independent entrepreneurship and the owner. It's like everyone that comes to an office actually works from a 9 to 5, right? And they get better, they grow, and they're working right. The more they do what they do.
I mean, it's simple. You go to the gym, you get a machine you like, pretty soon that's where you're gonna be cut and ripped. That's just how it is, even if it's like admin stuff, And the more you do something, the better you get at it.
But that's you respecting what you're doing though. Because other people are just it's just. So if you're saying I wake up every day and I just do this, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like a job. You as good as the guy that wakes up every morning and goes to manage a mine, goes to work at an office at a bank, but your work is literally you working from home, doing what you love.
As fun as it is,
Yeah.
That's how you gotta tackle it, especially if you have the goals. But some people have crazy goals and literally no vision of what happens in between, And I've always asked myself, like, okay, you see what happens, let's say, when a guy makes it as a soccer player. You feel me? Like, they get a lot of money, they're on TV, they get loved by almost everyone. But just from the team, it's like 30 guys. When they try to get into a team, it's probably 100 guys, When they were still in school, they were trying to get into clubs. Nobody tells that story. It's just, I was a young boy, then boom, I play for such and such. And people just, I don't know, it's a weird thing to have big goals and not understand that the bigger your goals are, the more crazy, unimaginable hours and things you have to go through to reach there. Like, you gotta understand, some people can be homeless because of what they believe, but if you just don't stop, that homelessness is gonna be a story someday. And if you always understand that whatever I'm going through is just it's hurdles, life is supposed to be perfect every day.
Yo, man, that's some jewels. That's some jewels. I'm done. I'm done. Your anxiety's out there. Make sure you get the album, man. And what more can I say? I ain't even gonna trap it that. Man, Zoocci, man, always, man. Shout out for coming through. Like I say, hardest working dude out there, team player, and I know I know you haven't done my joint because you're busy. That's why I ain't trying to bother you.
I got you, Slick.
But I say, you see, I don't have anxiety to release.
I dropped three projects last year, second half. Like 3 projects.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is that I respect your schedule. Yeah, I mean, so it's because you work that hard. You know what I mean? It ain't like I'm feeling like, yo, I send Zoocci. I'm like, yo, this dude out there, he's working, and you gotta take care of the people that also really need it. We doing it for fun because we can. You know what I mean? That's just an update on all y'all asking about, like, where the joint is. And people keep asking me that.
And in due time, when it does come out, it'll be like, it was so worth it. That's always the case.
Because I still need to come to your place because I've been doing everything here. So I'm sending you that stuff so you can give me my references. So when I'm at your place, I'm like, so you're going to produce me and A&R me because, it's
when it does drop, trust me.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It'll be the best thing you heard in a long time.
Yo, so don't have any anxiety. We come.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Listen to anxiety so long.
Listen to anxiety for so long just to manage that. Yes, yeah, and anything else that comes in between. Yes, sir. Nice one.
Broadcast live